Hey, this is a tutorial on how to play That Is Why by Jellyfish. So we're going to start with the live intro, which starts with an E minor 7 chord. So that is on the 2nd fret of the A string, 2nd fret of the D string, and 3rd fret of the B string. To a G major 7 chord, which I hope you should know, A major, and then a B flat diminished lick on the A string on the 1st fret, to the 4th fret on the A string, to the 2nd fret on the D string, to an open G. So altogether it should sound like this. Just do that one more time. And then the verse progression is a B minor to F sharp major to an E. So the beats that you're going to be hitting that on is for the B minor and the F sharp is on the beat 2 and the and of 3. So and after the E you do this lick where you slide on the B string from the 3rd to the 5th with the E ringing underneath. So it should be. And the chord you hit at the top there is an E7 9. So it's on the A string at the 7th, D string on the 6th, and then the G and B string on the 7th. So the verse progression. So then it goes into the chorus. So the chorus is just a repeat of what I showed you in the intro. E minor 7, G major 7. You can play that a lot of different ways. You can play it like that, but I think what they're playing is this version. This version is just on the top E string on the 3rd fret, open G string, 3rd fret on the B, and 2nd fret on the top E. So E minor 7, G major 7, A major, and then he plays this octave lick between the A and the G strings. So on the 2nd on the A, 4th on the G, you're sliding that up to the 4th and the 6th on the G, 5th on the A, and 7 on the D. So whoop. Yeah. So really what you're just playing is octaves of B, C sharp, D, C sharp, B, A. And at the end of the chorus you play the same riff that you've just played. You could play it up the octave if you want. You could play. And that leads back into the 2nd verse. 2nd verse is the same again. B minor, F sharp major, E. The only difference is in the 2nd verse, if you listen to the recording, he's not doing like that reggae. He's not doing it on the 2 and the and of 3. It's just pretty much like rock strumming. You know, yesterday I was right as rain, now it's forecast none. And then he plays these licks. So that lick that he plays is, he's basically just playing a G minor 7 flat 5. So that is on the D string on the 6th fret, and then barring all of the 7th underneath. So 7 on the G, 7 on the B, and 7 on the E. So yesterday I was forecast rain, now it's forecast none. Ooh. Something like that. And back in. It's partly cloudy with drowsy stains, and it's copy of inquiring minds. And then the lick this time is on the G string, So G string on the 4, B string on the 3, back up to the G string. So that's on the D, going from 5 to 6. So, yesterday I was right as rain, now it's forecast not. It's partly cloudy with trouser stains, and its copy of Inquiring Minds. Then it goes back into the way you played in the first verse, which is on beat 2 and the and of 3. Then leading into the second chorus, he plays this lick. So that is on the G string on the 7th fret, on the B string on the 7th fret, and on the E string on the 7th. And the last note is on the 9th fret of the B. So then, second chorus. Basically what I've shown you the first time around, and then when you get to the bridge part, so basically the chords of that are, I'll just slide over so you can see what I'm doing. He's just playing a B major, as I'm sure we know. When you say I trust in you, I promise to true. Basically the chords: B major, F sharp major, E major to E minor. And then there's a little lick the guitar plays on top of that. He's just playing, arpeggiating the notes of a B major, F sharp major. And then he's doing E major 9 arpeggio, you could call it. He's just putting the F sharp on top of an E. So I'll just show you that there. I'll tell you how to play it. It's on the D string on the 4th fret, the G string on the 4th fret, and the B string on the 4th fret, and the E string on the 2nd. So that's the B one. The F sharp is on the 4th of the D, the 3rd of the G, the 2nd on the the B, excuse me, and the 2nd on the E. And then the E major one is on the 2nd fret of the D, the 1st fret of the G, and it's an open B, and then the 2nd of the E string. So, when you say I trust in you, I promise to the truth. That's when the second guitar comes in playing that. But you can just strum along if you want. When you say I bet you won't, you know I will, and you'll be. Now this is where it changes. It goes from a G, A, an octave of a G. So when you say I trust in you, I promise to the truth. And when you say I bet you won't, well you know I will, and it'll be better in the end. Goes into the solo. So all that is you're doing a G to an A. So you can think of that as your normal bar chord G, your E position G. And then you're going to a C position G and a C position A, if you know your cage system. So G to A, and then this position of G is on the D string on the 9th fret, the G string on the 7th and the B string on the 8th. Should sound like that. You're sliding that position just up 2 frets to an A. So. And the progression going on underneath the solo then is the same as the chorus. Okay, now the solo is something like that. So if you want to play that, it starts with a bend on the B string on the 8th fret, a full tone bend. It's kind of hard to do on an acoustic, but you get the idea. And then on the 7th fret of the B, you're bending a half tone onto the 9th fret of the G. So, and then on the 6th fret of the G, a half tone bend. So that would be half tone bend, and then on the D string from 9 to 7. So all together. And then an open G underneath. And then you're bending on the G string 9. That's a full tone bend. So. So you can hear the 2 open G's there, so all together. Okay, and then you're going to play an A major arpeggio. So that is on the G string on the 9th fret, 10th on the B, and the 9th on the E. And then you're going to pull off from the 10th on the E. So 10 to 9, and like a little trill. So it's 12 to 10 on the B. And then you're going to bend a full tone bend, although I'll slide here because I can't do it on the acoustic without breaking a string. So you're sliding from 10 to 12 on the B, and then catching on the 8 on the B. So all together. And then a half tone bend on the 7 to the 8 on the B, and catching on the G string on the 9th. Okay, and then a half tone on the 6th on the G, 7, 9 on the G. So just try that again. Sorry. So that's. So just take it from the A again. It's actually quite tricky when you think about it. It sounds quite easy, but when you actually try and play it, the notes don't fall necessarily the way you think they would. It's kind of like the guitar solo in Something by the Beatles. Sounds really, really easy until you try and play it. So we got that far, okay, and then so that's a half tone on the 6th up to the 7th, 7, 9, and then a full tone bend from 9 to 11, and then an open, and then you're catching the 10 on the B. And then on the B string, so 7, 8, and then catching the B on the 7th on the E. Okay, and you're going back into the third verse. When you think you got it figured out, then you know you don't. Same licks again. It's pretty much the same all the way through until you get to the spacey outro part, The outro part is some pretty cool spacey chords. So all that is you can think of it like an E minor triad, E minor 9, just with the F sharp tone. Think of Pink Floyd, Breathe, that kind of sound. So basically it is on the D string on the 5th fret, on the I can't talk today. D string on the 5th fret, the G string on the 4th fret, B string on the 5th fret, and then the E string on the 2nd fret. So your picking pattern is D, D, B, G, E. Okay, so to show you that there. So it's going to be the same picking pattern when you change it here. So you're sliding that position, okay, and you're going to be playing. So that is 7th on the D, 6th on the G, and 7 on the B, but it changes because you're going. Show you my picking pattern. So D, B, G, and then the last note you're changing from the 7th on the B to the 5th of the B. So that's pretty much it. Pretty cool tune though. Okay, if you have any feedback or if I made any mistakes, let me know. Cheers.